Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. I'm back. I didn't think I was gonna be back. Like, I've been wanting to come back to YouTube and everything, but to be honest, I've been procrastinating. I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know if it's just that I've been insecure, if it's that I've been, overthinking it way too much. Like, I'm telling you, I've been for months, like, considering it, thinking about even the types of videos that I could record, thinking about that I have to buy a camera. I'm recording with my iPhone and it's currently night time, so if the lighting is not as good, you know what's up. I'm still even very confused, like, to where I have to look at and whatever, because I'm recording with my iPhone and I'm not used to it. Again, because the last time I recorded a video was like over a year ago. Sorry, you see, it fell. But I will be improving with time and everything, and yeah, I don't know. I'll be upgrading with time and everything, but like, I feel like it was very unrealistic of me to expect to have everything perfect for the first video and just jump from now to like being like a star, because that's very unrealistic, but that's where my mindset was these past few days. So today we're gonna talk about something that I really found fascinating, because I've been a victim of it a lot of the times, and I'm sure you guys as well. And it's like I don't know how to call it. I think two effects or two tricks that your brain plays on you, and having the knowledge of this, it really helps you a lot. You can recognize when you are being victim of this bias, and it can even help you improve your life, because some of these things you do subconsciously, you don't actively think that you're doing them. The first one I want to talk about is cognitive dissonance, and that pretty much is when your life doesn't align with your values. So you cannot, like human beings, we cannot live in conflict. Like, we may be able to have conflict with other people outside of ourselves, but we cannot have conflict within ourselves. Like, it's impossible. And the way this happens with cognitive dissonance is, for example, let's say you have strong values of health, like one of your values, and this example is like everywhere. When I was researching this to explain it, this is the example that better portrays this whole concept. Let's say one of your values is health, and you are a health enthusiast, and you just prioritize health. Sorry, this is prioritize health. So what happens is, you go to the gym. Yes, that aligns with your values. That doesn't create conflict. You drink 2 liters of water a day. That also aligns with your values of health. So that also doesn't create any conflict. But what happens when, let's say, you start vaping and you start smoking cigarettes and you start drinking? These things now don't align with health. Now, I'm not saying don't smoke or don't vape. Like, this is just an example. I genuinely don't care whatever you decide to do with your life. But yeah, let's say now that you're heavy drinking, you're drinking every weekend, you are smoking a lot, and obviously you're not like, you know that's not healthy. You see everywhere the announcement that, like the ads that say that smoking is bad, that it can cause cancer, that it can cause all these things. So now you are in conflict, because you are a healthy person. That's your view, that's your identity. Like, identity is like the biggest thing for you. Like, that's the narrative that you tell yourself and that you've told yourself for majority of your life, that I am a healthy person. And then you hear in every way that smoking and drinking is not a healthy lifestyle. So now you're in conflict, and your brain, like, it cannot stay like that. It cannot live like that. So now you're gonna do one of two things. You either gonna quit, because that will bring your mind back to like equilibrium, let's say, and you're not gonna be in dissonance anymore, and your identity and your actions align again, and you're gonna be in peace. You're not gonna be depressed, you're not gonna be anxious, you're not gonna be like obsessing over this thing and having conflict over it, because your mind doesn't like, again, conflict within yourself. So it's either that, or you're gonna make excuses for yourself. That this I've done for like a lot of my habits. Be like, okay, I smoke, but I go to the gym, I drink water, I exercise, so it balances out. In your mind, you're like, okay, I drink, but I only drink one weekend with friends to like de-stress. It's not that bad. I take liver vitamins, and that balances it out. So in your mind, you're creating this narrative that, yes, what you're doing may be unhealthy, but that you're doing other things to make it better, or that that is not that bad, that you don't do it as much. You create excuses, because again, what your mind wants is to come back to that equilibrium phase where your actions and your lifestyle does not contradict your self-image. So yeah, that's pretty much cognitive dissonance. Like, you're either gonna quit and you're gonna stick to your healthy habits, or you're gonna create excuses and narratives that fit the narrative that you are a healthy person. Another thing that we fall victim to is the Dunning Kruger effect. Now, I have my iPad here because I have the notes, because I didn't want to forget or say anything wrong. But pretty much in 1999, psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger made an experiment, and they pretty much gave two sets of students a test, and they asked them how did they think they did. And the students that did worse were actually the most confident. Were like, yeah, no, I did good, whatever, I'm pretty sure I have 80s. They literally overplayed or overestimated their performance. Now, the students that did better were very insecure and very no, I'm not sure. They were not confident in their knowledge. I think they could have done so much better if they just studied a little bit more and everything. Why did this happen? This happened because the more we know about a subject, the more we find out how broad it really is and how much we don't know. We found out how much of that specific topic we can learn. We found out that there's so much detail. We find out that the topic is actually very big and our knowledge is not as much. So people that know a lot, they are conscious about what they know, but they're also conscious about that there's an ocean of things that they still don't know and they still need to learn. And then people that don't know much about a certain topic, they just don't know what they don't know. I don't know if I'm making sense. But yeah, if you have a small knowledge about a subject, you probably think that specific topic is not as broad. You probably think that specific topic doesn't have a lot of things to know. You probably think, you just know the basics, very simple things. So you don't know what you don't know. You don't know that there's more to research. You don't know that there's more to that. And psychologically, if you don't know much about something, that's why some people have very strong opinions in politics, and some people have very strong opinions in something that they don't know nothing about. Some people fight people, let's say in history, for example, or history events, or economic or political events, and they fight with people that have spent years researching that, and they fight with people that could have a degree or actually qualification in that specific matter, and they just do it because they think they know everything. Meanwhile, they don't know what they don't know, and that's just a false sense of confidence because they really just don't know much about it. And the person that knows a lot, they know that they can always learn, they can always improve, and they can always do more. So a little tip is that if you are very, very confident in a subject matter, just research, dig a little bit deeper, go find out more things, Google it, just go deeper, just scratch the surface and go deeper in that topic, so you'll know how broad it actually is and how it's just not that simple. And if you don't know, I mean, if you think that you don't know anything about a subject, just consider the fact that you may be fallen victim to this effect as well. And you are very prepared, you like know more than the basic stuff. You just are aware of how much you don't know and how much bigger that certain thing really is. And just think that you may be better than what you give yourself credit for. And this is the end of today's video. I hope you guys found it useful. With time, because this time, I promise you, this time I'm not gonna stop. I think I'm trying to convince myself. But yeah, I'm telling myself as well as I'm telling you. This time I'm not gonna stop. This time I'm really not gonna give up. And I'm not gonna be like, oh, I made 3 videos and whatever. This time I'm gonna stick around. So I hope you liked it. If it was useful, if you liked it, just subscribe so you can be here from the beginning. Hopefully, later down the line, my lighting and my setup will be a little bit better, and my editing and my camera. And I don't even know like if it's gonna look like I'm looking at you or not, because I'm recording with my iPhone and I haven't done this in forever. I don't know. But just stick around for the improvements. And yeah, I hope you found this video useful. I'll see you in the next one.